Okay, today this will be, I think, a shorter video. The reason why I'm doing this video is because this morning I read on the news a story about flat earthers, and I'm sure you have heard about those people who do not believe that the earth is round, that it's a globe, people who think that the earth is flat. Now, I'm not going to go into the details here because you can find those details out everywhere else or anywhere else. It's been, clearly shown for hundreds of years that the Earth is a globe. But I want to say one thing. Now, this is for me, the most striking argument, most obvious argument, without going into the details of any other measurements that we have, and photos, and so forth. If the Earth was flat, and the sun comes up in the morning, the sun should come up everywhere at the same time. It should be obvious, right? If it's flat, sun comes up everywhere at the same time. That's not the case. So, you can only explain the different time zones on the planet by having a globe. Okay, but more importantly, it's about people who are part of these societies, and I think they are quite hyped right now. It's a general mindset of believing in conspiracies, but also denial of scientific research, and both of them go hand in hand, I think, for these people, because they think there's a big conspiracy of scientists, government, and military, probably, to suppress the masses for whatever reason. It seems to be an important thing to convince the masses that planet Earth is a globe rather than a disk. But again, it's not just about this particular example. It's in general. You can, think of climate change, and you can think of vaccines. You can also think of many other things that are scientifically proven that people don't accept. And again, people think that, freedom of expression, freedom of speech covers their opinions. That is true to a point. You are very welcome to say whatever you want to say. However, that doesn't make your opinion true or right, and everybody else has the right to challenge you on that opinion. So that's what science does in general. It challenges everybody on their opinion, and science presents evidence, scientific research that delivers facts that fit certain ideas and contradict others. And so what I don't understand is that people, in light of so much evidence against their own beliefs, against their own opinions, flat out deny those scientific facts, that scientific evidence. If everything that we see contradicts your ideas, maybe you should change your ideas. And it's that mindset that, people who don't do that I don't understand. It's not a personal attack on you. It's an attack on your ideas, because your idea is most likely wrong. You're very welcome to follow up on your ideas and to present evidence for it. And if you can, awesome. I also wanted to say something about conspiracy between scientists and government and military. And I will just say what it is. It is complete and utter bullshit. There are hundreds of thousands of scientists worldwide. There are many different governments that don't like each other. There are, for example, space agencies from at least a dozen countries that have been to space and taken photos of the Earth independently of one another, going back to the flat earthers here. Do you really think that someone could coordinate a worldwide conspiracy of many, many hundreds of thousands of people? And you know, I'm a researcher. I publish my research regularly. No one, and I can make that statement in good faith, no one has ever approached me and told me what to publish, what to find, or even worse, threatened or paid me for it. So, I'm completely independent in my research and the results that I find. I am not biased. I have no one who tells me what to do. So there goes your conspiracy. And of course, if you don't want to believe that, you know, you're not going to believe that no matter what I say. At the same time, you're always welcome to come to our lab and see how we do research and what we find and why we publish the things that we publish. And you'll see there is no conspiracy. Imagine that. I recruit students in my lab and they do experiments. And we talk about what those experiments would be, trying to, you know, find out something that hasn't been done before. We don't know the outcome of those experiments. That's the whole idea of science. So, imagine me going there and telling a student, you know, I think what you just found, you shouldn't use. You should find this and this instead. You really think this is what we do? Do you really think this would work in the long run? You really think that there's not a single person who would, you know, come out with this and say, hey, listen, my professor told me, you know, there is to disregard my results, make up some other results just out of thin air, and then use these. It doesn't work. That's not how it works. That's not how it ever works. So much for the conspiracy. Hey guys. And you know, again, you can believe whatever you want to believe. Your opinion is covered, you know, by freedom of speech, freedom of expression. That doesn't mean that other people can contradict you. And that doesn't mean that you should have the biggest platform to spread your ideas if they're wrong. Alright, I think that's it for today. Thanks for listening, and thanks for coming to my channel.